Hey guys, it's the first day of the second week, day 8. I hope you had some good rest yesterday and you're ready for more. We're going to be doing some core and some abs and it's going to get fiery. So get ready and I'll see you in a moment. Aloha, welcome to the beautiful day 8 where we're working on our core. So the core is pretty important for our body, as a strong core helps us hold ourselves throughout our day-to-day, and it also influences all the different types of postures that we do, the different types of movements that we do in a yoga practice. So whether we're standing on our arms, inversions, the core really is fundamental. If you think about it, our core is in the center and the arms and legs are an extension of the core. So when we're starting to develop awareness and strength in the core, we're definitely going to feel some shakes. That's a hard truth there. But with more practice, we become stronger, more familiar with what we're doing, and we grow. So to begin with, we're going to be seated if you're not there already, and we're going to do a simple stomach massage. So using your fingers, we're going to start from the right side, just underneath the ribs, and just press gently and make our way over towards the left. And from the left, let's move down a fingerprint and then move over to the right. Kind of like a weird snake. Move down one and then come across. And use as much or as little pressure as you want to. We're just getting acquainted to this area. You might feel some bubbling or gurgling. All right, we're going to make our way down to the lower abdomen where we'll stop. And then when you're happy, we're going to bring our hands onto our knees. So a loose grip here, and we're going to be moving our spine in kind of a circular pattern here. So as you inhale, let's lean over towards the right and come forwards. As you exhale, lean over towards the left and come back. As you come back, round your spine, chin towards chest, belly in, and then inhale, completing the circle and continuing. So rounding the back as you come back, inhaling round to the right, forwards, exhale to the left, chin towards chest as you come back. And we keep moving, starting with a small range of movement first. And as you start to understand what this movement is asking of you, you can increase your range of movement and more in sync with your own breath as well. So you don't have to follow me. You can go slower and that can make it even more juicier for you. And I also encourage closing of the eyes. So let the sensations be a guide rather than visual cues around the room. And you might not even want to look at me all the time anyway. I certainly don't. Alright, so let's say 2 more in this direction. 1 more. And then as you inhale, coming all the way forwards, exhale round to the right, round the spine as you come back. Inhale round to the left and forwards. And you know it, let's keep going in this direction. So utilize your hands, they're in contact with your knees and they're really good in terms of holding you as you come back and also as brakes as you go side to side and forwards. So utilize every part of your body, taking deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Let's say 2 more again. 1 more. And then coming back through center. I'm just going to turn to the side of the mat, but you can stay where you are. Bring your feet out in front of you. So we're going to be coming into some boat poses or navasana. If you've got low back issues, And then you might want to come down onto your backs and make sure your low back is even on the ground, and do some leg lifts like this, or maybe even bringing your legs together and doing some imprint leg lifts there. Otherwise, we will be doing 3 rounds of boat. I'll guide you through them all. Bringing your feet out in front of you, legs close together, big toes to touch, a bit more space in between the heels. Knees are squeezing towards each other, and inner thighs as well. You can use your hands or fingertips on the ground to support you. We're lifting our chest up, pressing into the hips, and start to lean back and maybe lift one leg so the shin is parallel to the ground. See how that feels, and lower, and maybe try the other one, and lower, and maybe squeeze the legs together and try them both. And what we're doing is we're leaning towards the back side of the sit bones, coming into this Navasana, squeezing the legs together, lifting the ribs, lifting the chest up, the back ribs lift, the back ribs lift. We're gazing forwards and taking deep breaths, no clenching of the jaw, relaxing the face, maybe even bringing the hands behind the thighs to bring the thighs towards the chest and the chest towards the thighs. Let's do this for 5 more seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lean forwards, bring your feet down and take a break. You might start to feel that shake. It's definitely the inner fire talking to you. Okay, so take one more breath, center yourself, calm the mind. Easier said than done. And we're going to lean back again. So having your fingertips on the ground, or maybe your hands behind your thighs this time, leaning back, lifting the chest still, squeezing the legs towards each other, bringing the shins up any amount, but we could be working towards parallel if that's available for you today. And pressing the hips down, relaxing the jaw. And think about a boat on the sea. We don't want to be rounding or sinking. We want the boat to be engaged, lifted, as if you want to float on the water. So let's do 5 more seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lean forwards. Very, very nice. Well done. We've got 1 more round. So again, take a couple of breaths to recenter. And the inner fire might feel like outer jelly at this moment. Don't worry, I've been there before. It definitely comes over time, and as you get more familiar. Sometimes you get more familiar, but it doesn't get any easier. And this is kind of one of those ones, so you'll learn to love it eventually. All right, so hands onto the backs of the legs, or fingertips onto the ground, squeezing the legs together, lifting the chin, gazing forwards, steady focus as we lean back, lifting the shins up, maybe even bringing one hand forwards and then the other and the other. So hands are reaching forwards, fingertips together, squeezing the legs towards each other. And maybe if you want to rock the boat, pun intended, then you can try to straighten the legs for a little while, pointing the toes up towards the sky, still lifting the chest up, maybe lifting the chin, squeezing the thighs towards each other, taking a deep breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's lower the legs down. That was very mean of me, I'm sorry. All right, so to neutralize the spine for abdominal work and also back bends, we typically use twists to do that, and we did that midweek last week. So if you remember, we're going to have a strong stable base. So the base is where the sit bones are in contact with the ground. We're bringing our hands together in prayer, pressing our thumb in towards the sternum and the sternum towards the thumb. So the sternum is this middle joint here where all the ribs knit together. Pressing into the sit bones, lifting the chest up, taking an inhale here, As you exhale, belly button in as we turn over towards the right. Maybe your left elbow touches one of the knees. Inhale back through center. Exhale to the other side. One more time each side. Inhale through center, lifting the chest, lifting the spine. Exhale over towards the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, twisting over towards the left. All right, very nice. Inhaling back through center, hands behind the legs, and we'll rock back and forth onto the back. So go at your own pace here, just taking a few rocks, massaging out the back. The spine should feel really nice and, if anything, childlike. All right, let's make our way to a forward fold. So you can plant your feet, get there eventually as gracefully and elegantly as you can. So just like we did on the floor, we're going to bring our big toes to touch, a bit of space between the heels, and squeezing our knees and thighs towards each other. We're lowering the hips down, so bending the knees a lot, and sending one arm forwards, followed by the other, and then maybe starting to lift the chest up, belly in. So this is Utkatasana, also known as chair pose, or literally translated powerful posture. Definitely feels powerful. Squeezing the thighs towards each other, maybe sending the shins back so the weight is more in the heels, gazing forwards, taking a deep breath. Exhale, straighten the legs and forward fold. Maybe pedal out the feet, one foot after the other. And then we'll do that again. So inhaling here, lifting up. As you exhale, belly button in, squeezing the legs towards each other, lowering the hips, sending the arms forwards, lifting up the chest, and holding this pose, but not the breath or any tension. So I translate Utkatasana to the burning of the stomach and thighs pose. You probably get me right. So one more breath. As you exhale again, straighten the legs, forward fold, maybe walk the feet, or bend the knees a lot. We'll start to bend the knees a lot as we come back down onto our seat. So one more round of boat pose. So whether you have your low back completely on the floor or supported, hands behind legs, arms in front, we'll take one more round, so lifting up the legs to any amount, coming onto the backs of your sit bones, maybe reaching the hands forwards. The important thing is to lift the chest, not rounding the spine. We want this to come from our core, ourselves. We want to be lifting. We want to be floating. Maybe cracking a smile, that usually helps in any kind of situation. From here, let's lower the legs down. Well done. All right, so let's come into a seat and come back into that stomach massage. So see how differently your core feels now, your abdominals, starting from the right again and working over towards the left, down, right, and back down. So slowly sneak your way downwards and maybe use your fingertips to help release some tension. It's quite likely that you will feel some of this in an hour's time, or maybe later today, or maybe tomorrow. But it means you've worked your abdominals out. And that is no mean feat. Did I say that right? That is a big feat. All right, and you might even want to freestyle now, maybe do some abdominal circles, anything to help out. And when you're happy, let's close the practice. So very well done today for doing your core video. And tomorrow we're going to be doing some back bends as well. So core and back bends are very interlinked. And so have a good rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.